Hi, this is Steve from the workshop, and I just installed a tankless water heater in my house. This is the Navien NPE 240A2, so it's their newest model that they have. And this probably isn't a do-it-yourselfer kind of project because anytime you're running gas or electric and things like that, you kind of know how to do those things. If you do know how to do them, I installed this myself, and it actually wasn't that difficult. But I worked in the trades for a few years, so I kind of know how to do stuff. If you've never worked with gas pipe or electric before, then definitely this is probably something that somebody else should do for you. But having done so, this thing works really good. I wasn't really sure how tankless water heaters worked. I kind of oversized this for my house. You notice this is the tank that came out, a 75-gallon tank, and this is way bigger than what I needed, actually. We have a whirlpool upstairs, so they put in an oversized water heater in here to supply that. But this thing works on gallons per minute flow rate is the capacity. And also it dials itself back. So if you only open one valve, it'll show the gallons per minute here. So if you only have one faucet open or something like that, it doesn't have to heat to its full capacity. But this can run between 20,000 to 200 or 199,000, I think it is, something like that, BTU. So it'll dial itself back depending on the demand. And when it's not running, it recirculates water within it to keep it at a constant rate. So when you turn on the faucet, you don't get hot and cold surges. But this Navien works really nice. I was really pleased with it. Also, I put some transfer valves here. I noticed Navien had sold those, or at least the place I was buying them sold those as well, and they were pretty expensive, like 170 some bucks. I got these off Amazon for 53. And also came with a pressure relief valve, and I didn't know this at the time, so I put the pressure relief valve up here, but it actually has a port for the pressure relief valve right here that I could have put it there just as easily. So right now it's running. It's doing a pretty good job. I can't see the gallons per minute flow rate. I don't have my glasses on. Well, the other thing I want to do is take this one apart to get it up our stairs. We have like stairs has an L in it, and for two people this monster would be kind of a handful. So I'm going to cut it in half to see what's inside. So right now the thing is just was applying hot water. Now it's purging itself off because it turned itself off. But it's not very loud, and it does a really good job of maintaining a constant water temperature. I have 115 degrees set on it. You can adjust it for whatever temperature you want. But basically, I mean, if you put in 115, it's 115 degrees. I mean, it just plain is. So you could dial it in exactly where you want it. These big water heaters, it kind of keeps the water to a certain temperature depending how you set it, and you can run out of water. If you use up all the tank, then you get cold water. This thing here, if you go past the gallon per minute flow rate, then the water is not going to be as hot, but you're not going to run out of water. It's just not going to be able to keep up. It'll go to its maximum rate. And like I said, this thing goes to I think 8 or 9 gallons per minute or something like that. And the most I've ever seen on here is like 4 gallons per minute. So it's definitely oversized for what I need. Anyways, just want to share this with you. And I'll cut this thing open. We'll look inside to see what it looks like in there. It's pretty old. It's over 15 years old. So definitely that's about when they go out. And the way this thing broke is water started flowing out of the bottom. So obviously it has a hole in the tank from rust and corrosion and stuff. So it's probably kind of messy inside. But we'll cut her in half just to get her out the stairs, and then we can see what's inside as well. I'll show you that in a minute. And like I said, just to reiterate, this probably, if you've never worked with gas pipe and PVC pipe and copper pipe, and also the PEX we tied into up there, probably isn't a do-it-yourselfer project, because working with gas and stuff, you have to know what you're doing, because obviously it's gas, right? You don't want to get in trouble there. Just want to let you know. Make sure that you always use your PPE. That's personal protective equipment. To include gloves, hearing protection glasses. Because I'll tell you what, you don't want to get ringing in your ears like I got. Alright, got the water heater tore apart. I'll spare you the circus it was. I forgot. I didn't even think about the flue being in the center. Electric water heater wouldn't have that, just heats the electrodes, but any type of gas, you got the flue, which is the heat exchanger. And that was pretty heavy metal to cut through, so I had to cut the outer skin back to make a big enough groove to get my sawzall in there to cut the inner tube. But you see the top part is pretty clean, other than the junk I threw in it. But the bottom part, you can see down there, that's probably where it was rusted through. And that's normally what gets it. It's got that bottom crease there where they weld together. And that's where the sediment goes and creates all the corrosion. If it weren't for that, I think these things would last quite a while. But normally that's what goes with these old water heaters. They last, you know, maybe 15 years, and then that's it. But anyways, now I can get these out a little better. Half the weight, and get my son in the bottom, me in the top. And we can haul these things out of here a lot easier than with the big one, especially with this. Normally, you know, two guys with a regular size water heater is not a problem, but this thing's like gargantuan. It was huge. It was about 300 pounds total. So I think so. Yeah, so this is much better. Anyways, one last note on the Navien. They did say that if you install this yourself, or if you buy it online, basically, that voids the warranty. I looked at it as the warranty for labor is only a year anyways, and after that I probably wouldn't have someone come in to fix it. Again, because I would just order the parts and do it myself. But you have to check your code and where you live, and also the requirements for this to make sure that, you know, like I said, this isn't something like, if you've never done this before, you probably wouldn't want to try it. But I did, and it works fine. It's a really good water heater. I like it a lot. Now I just got to get rid of this one. All right. If anyone is in the market for a slightly used water heater, I guess not. I will take this to the junk. Bye-bye.